Almost every week I've remembered to do that. Okay. So let's use our Tao hands to join us heart to heart, soul to soul, with each other and with all of the other Tao hands healers in Trinidad and around the world. So first we do a silent invocation. I'll lead out loud. You can follow silently in your heart. Dear Divine, dear Tao Source, you're all our spiritual fathers and mothers in heaven. Dear our Tao hands, we love you, honor you, and appreciate you. We cannot thank you enough. Please offer a blessing as appropriate to join the hearts and souls together as one of all those who are joining live in this webcast today, all those who will watch the video later. Join our hearts and souls together as one as we uplift our Tao hands power and deepen our experience and practice with Tao hands. Join our hearts and souls together with all Tao hands practitioners in California, all Tao hands practitioners in Trinidad, all Tao hands practitioners around the world. Trinidad, California, and the whole world. Help our hearts and souls to be at peace, our minds to be quiet. Help us to hear heaven's guidance so that we use our Tao hands wisely. That we honor and respect this incredible gift that we've been given and use it to the fullest advantage. Serve all humanity, Mother Earth, and countless planets, stars, galaxies, and universes. Join together to sing the divine song of love, peace, and harmony as our Tao hands bless us. Lula, lula, li. Lula, lula, li. Lula, lula, li. My love, my heart and soul. My love, join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love and harmony. How? Thank you. Okay. Oh, there's another old friend. Welcome, Sarah. So nice to see faces I haven't seen in a couple weeks. Always a pleasure. Hello. Welcome. So, first I want to check in with everyone and see how you're doing, and if you have any Tao hand stories from the since the last time we saw each other you'd like to share.
You want to check in? Anything else to share? You want to see? Or we?
No, please.
It's good on my side. I'm okay. Let's go into some purification.
Okay. Master Shah's been doing a lot of uplifting work, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of, how many of you feel like you've been going through a lot of purification over the last week? Okay, not surprising. You're in the flow with everyone then. So just remember to stay grounded and keep all the love you can in your heart and use your Tao hands to help with the purification. Okay? Very cool.
That's appropriate. Anything else?
Anybody want to share anything that's been going on with them with Tao hands? Any questions, comments, concerns, successes? Barbara, is that your hand up?
Yep. Gotta find my, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Yes.
My first question is, did we have a meeting last week? Because I went on and I didn't connect somehow.
Thursday yes. Yeah,
Okay.
both Monday and Thursday.
Is that session called session 7?
I believe it's session 8, but I don't think it got recorded. So if you're looking for it in the recordings, you won't find it.
Where are the recordings?
They've been sent to you by email.
Oh, yeah. I have those.
Yeah.
If we miss one, how do we make one up?
For the ones that are recorded, you can just watch them by recording.
Right.
And for there's 2, I think, that I forgot to hit the recording button. So I would say do an extra, like if you usually do Thursdays, then do a Monday class.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
You may have. I know you've been doing Tuesday or Monday and Thursday, so you may have already made up everything.
No, I tried to do Monday once, and the person there was not a connection. So.
Okay, I think it's back online.
Okay. My question is that I'm not certain, but I might be aware that I might have not used my divine hands properly at one time. I'm getting yes. And so can I give myself a divine healing hand blessing, or a Tao blessing to help my relationship with my divine hand?
You can do that, yes. In fact, that's the topic today.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you can give yourself a blessing with Tao hands to develop your relationship with your Tao hands.
Okay.
And clear Shen Qi Jing blockages. And you can do forgiveness practice with your Tao hands. Those are 2 things you can do, and we're gonna do both of those things today.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I see another hand up. That's here. Yes.
Yeah. When you're healing your pet, right?
Yes.
How you would just say like the problem, because you don't know the problem that she might have, right? Your pet.
Yes.
So how you would just do it? Just like I element, like the AI element. Would you use that?
You can use Da-I, greatest love. Love melts all blockages, so that's always appropriate.
What about the AI?
That is love. I is not one of the elements. I is love in Mandarin.
Okay. But is that one with the rainbow color?
Oh,
there is the.
What you're thinking of is from the Tao Song books. And in the Tao Song book practice, or Divine Soul Song book, the practice ends the 7 soul houses, Waijiao, 5 elements, and then there's a extra bonus practice where you chant Ai Ya Yo Dao, and you visualize golden light in the message center, or rainbow light
Yeah.
in the
A
message.
rainbow light.
Yeah. So
I use that. I use that to heal my pet.
so you're visualizing rainbow light in your
Rainbow.
message center or in the pet's message center?
In the pet message center.
Sure, you can do that. Very creative. You can do that. Beautiful. And
Well, she gets the healing, so
yeah. Well, that will the specific emphasis of that is that it will balance and harmonize the 5 elements.
right.
Beautiful.
Because when you're healing your pet, right? Would you use, like, you won't use wood element or fire element or earth element?
You could if you knew which element was out of balance and harmony.
Okay, let's say she's not eating, right? So
Right.
I just use the the rainbow light,
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
and she started to eat. So
There you go. Right. I don't know if you have the same saying we have here, the proof is in the pudding. If it works, it's probably a good way to approach it. Yeah.
okay, I have a next question. When you're healing somebody with, like, depression, right? Depression deals with, like, the fire element,
Yes.
right? And that's the heart, right?
Heart is the boss organ for the fire element.
Right. Depression, I remember you were saying that depression covers the mental, is that kind of like a mental disorder? Depression.
It's Master Sha focuses on it as an emotion, but
Right.
also depression can be a clinically diagnosed mental health condition.
So what you would use, the mental element or the fire element?
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a confusion, I think, between the word mental and metal.
Oh.
Mental is your thought.
Yes, okay.
Metal is the element.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I heal somebody with depression. So I focus on the heart because it's the fire element.
Yes.
That covers anxiety and depression.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Right.
Yeah. Good. Very good. Congratulations. Yay. Okay. Anybody else want to share? Okay. So I think I mentioned briefly that the topic for this week is how to increase the power of your Dao hands. And, it's kind of I would suggest not even thinking of it in those terms, but thinking of it as, how do I align more with my Dao hands? Because the power of the Dao hands is enormous. And the Dao hands don't need their power, well, I'm sorry, you can go to higher and higher levels of Dao hands, but most of the time what's happening is our blockages are keeping the level of Dao hands that we have from going out into the world and being the most effective they can possibly be. Does that make sense? So it's not a problem with the Dao hands not having enough power. It's a problem with us getting in the way too much, our Shen Qi Jing blockages getting in the way too much of the flow of the energy of the Dao hands. So the best way to have more effectiveness, to be more powerful in what you're doing, is for us to purify our own soul, heart, mind, and body. The more we purify, the more we become an empty channel that the Dao hands frequency and vibration can just move through us and out our hand and go and do its work. The more that we have a closed heart, we'll block that flow. The light won't be able to flow as freely. The more that we have mindsets, attitudes, and beliefs that get in the way. So if we think well, this is just Tao hands. I'm only a Tao hands healer. I'm not like Master Shunya or Master Sha. I'm just a Tao hands healer. Already, your mind is contracting down the channel that you can flow through. Instead, think, wow, I get to be a Tao hands healer, practitioner. I get to be a Tao hands practitioner. I get to use this amazing gift to serve myself and to serve others. Only 7 saints in history had this gift. I got the same gift that 7 saints had. How amazing that I can use this frequency and vibration to transform. When you think that way, you open yourself up to the possibilities. And the possibilities with Tao hands are great. You know, you just heard Zahir talking about helping somebody who had depression and anxiety, helping his dog who had digestive problems, couldn't eat. And it worked. You know, these are the things that we want to do. We want to just keep offering them. No attachment to the result. When I was first learning how to use this kind of work, I remember the teacher that taught us, she said, the work is mine, the result is divine. So it's our job to offer the blessing, to do the chanting, to put everything into motion in the physical world. What happens out of that is up to the divine, the Tao, the source. We don't decide, oh, well, this person's going to get a huge blessing and they're going to get well tomorrow. Another way to think of it is we're not divine healers or Tao healers. We're Tao requesters. We make a request of the Tao. Please, Tao hands, give a blessing for this person. Then we just step out of the way, let the Tao frequency and vibration move through us, out our hand, to the soul, heart, mind, energy, and matter of that person, or that animal, or that house, or business. And we let Tao hands do their job. And then we're happy to see the result. Somebody has a great result. Wow, I can't believe that happened. Wonderful. Somebody has a result of, oh, I had a little bit of healing. It got a little bit better. Wonderful. How great that it got a little bit better. Now, next time, maybe it will get a little bit more better. And we'll keep doing this. And it'll get more better and more better and more better. If somebody has no result, wonderful. Just because we don't see or feel or have a third eye image or get a message about the result doesn't mean that the blessing didn't happen. Some of the most powerful blessings that I've received from Master Sha, the only thing I experienced was the feeling of my okole in the seat. And the only thing that I saw was the back of my eyelids. You know, I had no experience of, wow, you know, I just got blown away with a huge blessing. But I knew that something happened, and I trusted. And then over time, I watched the result unfold. So this is some of the ways that we can align more with our Tao hands and allow them to better do the job, right? One other aspect that's really important is honoring and appreciating the Tao hands. How often do you just stop and say thank you for your Tao hands? Just go, wow, thank you. I'm so grateful the Tao gave me this. Thank you, Master Sha. Thank you, the Tao. Thank you, Heaven. How lucky am I that I get to be somebody who offers Tao hand blessings. That I get to have that energy move through me and out into the world. How many of you are aware that every time you offer a Tao hands blessing, especially if you're completely focused on the other person, you get big blessing? How many of you have noticed that? Okay, good. Good. So keeping that sense of honor and appreciation will keep that channel open. So Barbara mentioned doing a practice of asking the Tao hands to align us more. And we can do that. And also, so let's just do that. Let's do a practice now to align ourselves more, soul, heart, mind, and body, with the Tao hands. Okay? Dear Divine, dear Tao, dear Source, dear all of our spiritual fathers and mothers in heaven, dear our Tao hands, we love you, we honor you, we appreciate you. We cannot thank you enough. Please offer a blessing as appropriate to each one of us to remove our Shin-Chi-Jing blockages, our blockages of soul, heart, mind, energy, and matter that are keeping us from aligning fully with our Tao hands. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's silently chant or sing, chant soul language or sing soul song. How, how. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we silently say, thank you, Divine, Tao, and the Source. Thank you, Master Sha. Thank you, my Tao hands. Who would like to share what they experienced? Zahir?
Yeah, I just felt like the third eye, like it opened up a little bit more. Was expanding, like.
So the line was breaking up a little bit. Can you repeat what you said?
Okay, I felt like the third eye here was opening up.
Oh, good. Good. Wonderful. Okay. Who else? Kima, how about for you?
Say something.
I just felt really light. I felt light with it. And it's still open a bit.
Opening here.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Great. Barbara?
I feel more space, like heat in my heart area, message center moving around.
Okay.
And I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes when I'm doing doing the blessing and chanting Tao hands, then my mind comes in and starts talking. I love my mind, but I love my mind and I thank it. I just want to understand, what do I do in that case?
Sure. The same thing happens for almost everyone in meditation and other spiritual practices. Our mind's job is to chatter. It's to process information and continuously give us an output, like a computer that just keeps running and running and running.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just doing its job.
Okay.
And what we do is we just don't pay it attention.
Okay.
So one of the practices that I've done for a long time is just see the thoughts of the mind like clouds passing by in the sky. They come up, they appear, they float across the sky, and they disappear. They come up, they float across the sky, they disappear. You don't give them any more importance than that.
Okay.
And so when you learn to do that, you learn what takes us out of the practice is when we attach to those thoughts.
Okay.
When we start giving them some importance, or often what will happen is one thought will lead to a whole story.
Yeah.
So the thought comes up, oh, I didn't go grocery shopping yesterday. Oh, shoots, now I'm not going to have the vegetables that I need to create the dish that I wanted to make. Well, maybe there's something else in the refrigerator that I could use. No, actually, maybe I'll have to make something. Oh, yeah, I have something else that I could, right? And we start a story just from one little thought.
Yeah.
So when we learn to not pay any attention to the thought, we save ourselves from going into those stories that occupy so much of our time.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes those stories can be full of worry and fear and all about the past, all about the future. This allows us to just stay in the present moment, giving the Tao Hands blessing.
Okay. Is there a blessing that you can do to help yourselves with your Tao hands stay in the condition?
Sure. Here we go. Dear soul, let me make sure I say the invocation correctly. Dear Divine, dear Tao, dear Source, dear all our spiritual fathers and mothers in heaven, dear our Tao hands, we love you honor you, and appreciate you. We cannot thank you enough. Please offer a blessing as appropriate to quiet our minds and to release our attachments to our thoughts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Was your mind quieter?
Yes.
Okay. The other thing the other thing I became aware of is as you just let the thoughts go by, bring your attention back to the mind power and the sound power.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your attention back to wherever you're visualizing the golden light and back to whatever you're chanting. Okay.
And what if you, during that time, have a negative thought?
You just don't give it any attention. You just go back to focusing on the chanting and the light.
So afterwards, you don't say, sorry for my negative thought or anything?
You can.
Okay.
Sure. I have a feeling if most of us did that every time we had a negative thought, we'd be spending a lot of the day saying, I'm sorry. So use some balance in that in your life.
Okay.
Right? You don't have to go back and say, I'm sorry for every single negative thought, but the more you catch and the more you say, I'm sorry, and turn it around and do something else, the better.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Okay. So how many others your mind got quieter when we did that? Good. Good. Okay. So Dao Hands is very flexible. You can use it to transform any Shin Qi Jing blockage that is getting in the way of your using the Dao Hands. So if you're forgetting to use it, you can give yourself a Dao Hands blessing to remember to use your Dao Hands. If you feel tired or depressed or overwhelmed or anxious or grumpy, you can use Dao, and you're like, I don't want to use that. I'm just not in the right mood. You can use Dao Hands to transform the emotions that are blocking you from doing Dao Hands healings. You can always use Dao Hands to strengthen your practice. Very flexible. The other thing that we talked about was forgiveness practice in relation to the Tao hands. So, and there's another piece of this that I want to talk about, which is strengthening our relationship with the body pendulum, the spiritual body pendulum. How many of you use your body pendulum regularly? 2? Okay. Yeah, so Barbara, Jonathan, anyone else? Not so much. I see a hand off. I can't see who that is be next to Tara. Is that Pat? Okay. So, so the body pendulum is an amazing, amazing gift in itself. It's extremely important for using our Tao hands because it will keep us out of trouble of giving away too much virtue, of getting into situations where the amount of darkness is way beyond our authority. So I encourage you, if you haven't been using your pendulum, to use it more in your life, not only for Tao hands, but for everything that's really important for your life. So if you're making choices about where to live, use your body pendulum. If you're making choices about how to invest your money, use your body pendulum. If you're making choices about your spiritual path, use your body pendulum. The body pendulum is the Tao's way of guiding us in our life, giving us a very simple tool to guide us in our life. It's great if you can hear messages and you hear heaven telling you exactly what to do, where to go, how you should shape things, and you have a high degree of accuracy with that. That's wonderful. But if you'll notice, and I don't know, many of you haven't had the chance to be with Master Sha, but he actually uses his pendulum all the time. He'll be in retreats and he'll go, there'll be a decision to make and he'll go, okay, everybody close eyes. And when you close your eyes, he's going, he's getting messages from his body. He's checking his body pendulum, just like we do. So, so I think sometimes we need to really align more with our body pendulum. Sometimes people don't feel comfortable with it right away. And instead of continuing to work with it to remove the Shen Qi Jing blockages, people tend to give up pretty easily on that and just say, oh no. And usually they blame the body pendulum, right? It's like, oh, my body pendulum doesn't work. Like, no, the body pendulum's fine. It's us that have the blockage. So we're going to do a forgiveness practice to for our Tao hands, for our body pendulum, that will help remove Shen Qi Jing blockages to align us further. Okay? Okay. So sit up straight as you're able with your feet flat on the floor, back away from the chair. Hands in the soul light era prayer position. Touch the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Visualize golden light in your Ming Men area. Dear Divine, dear Tao, dear Source. Dear Master Sha. We love you, honor you, appreciate you. We are so grateful that we have been given Tao hands. We recognize that Tao hands was the frequency and vibration that Buddha had, that Jesus had, that 7 other saints were given. And now we are lucky enough to receive this. Dear soul, mind, and body of our Tao hands, we love you, honor you, appreciate you. We deeply apologize for any time that we have taken you for granted, forgotten about you, not used you when we could have, when the opportunity was there, or not served enough with our Tao hands. We apologize for our own Shinchijing blockages, which have kept us from aligning with you more fully and have blocked the light that can come through our Tao hands. We are very, very sorry. We ask you to forgive us. And we know that asking for forgiveness alone is not enough. So we also commit to serve more with our Tao hands, to use them to bring more light to the world, to help more people to be healthier and happier. Not just people, but animals, plants. We will use our Tao hands to serve more. We recognize that we are in a time of transition on Earth, and our Tao hands are needed greatly to help people to change their frequency and vibration, one by one, heart to heart, soul to soul. The more people who change their frequency and vibration, the easier this transition will be. So we recommit to serve with our Tao hands, bringing as much light as we possibly can. Dear soul, mind, and body of our spiritual body pendulum, we love you, honor you, appreciate you. We deeply apologize for any time that we have taken you for granted, any time that we have forgotten about you, not sought your guidance when it would have been helpful in our lives, or forgotten to check before we gave a Tao hands blessing to receive your guidance as to whether it is appropriate or not. We're very sorry for any time we have misused our body pendulum, or for our lack of using. We commit to align our souls, hearts, minds, and bodies more with our body pendulum, to use our body pendulum to serve others as well as ourselves, to use it to receive guidance for the most appropriate ways to use Tao hands to serve others, to use it to guide us in offering soul blessings. We love you, honor you, appreciate you, and we are very sorry for any time that we have misused or neglected you. We will serve, serve, serve. We will serve all humanity, Mother Earth, and countless souls in countless planets, stars, galaxies, and universes, one soul at a time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Da Quan Shu, 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 Da Quan Shu. How? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Master Sha. Thank you, our Tao hands. Thank you, our spiritual body pendulum. Countless honorings, countless honorings, countless honorings. So how do you all feel? Do you feel more aligned with your Tao hands and your Tao and your spiritual pendulum?
Yeah, Master Mute. You have anything to say? You have anything to say?
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm glad that you mentioned the Tao hands, because there's so much of forgiveness that I have to. I never thought I would forgive all the people that I fought with in the rings and the fights that I had on the streets. And I realized how blocks there are still in my Tao hands there on a deep level, because still pride in, in this, and that is from a deep egoic block. And I think I should do some more forgiveness. And I never really did ask any forgiveness on that for my fights, or my, and this is what I've gained here today by asking for the people I've hit on the unnecessary times, and the ego that I put in the fist, the ego, and I need to clear it. It's very, very deep there, and I need the help of the divine to help me clear.
That's beautiful, Dharmbod, and that actually will transform many current soul level blockages that you have that are related to fighting nature in past lives. It will really help you and help clear your changing blockages on many levels. It's good insight.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah, I was grateful for the method to ask for increasing the Tao Healing Hands power.
Yes.
But I was trying to do it prior to now, but I was doing it the wrong way because I didn't know, this is now that I've found it, because I need to intensify my concentration so that the thoughts that are not connected with my thinking at that point in time was just fly over like a cloud. So I need to focus on that a bit.
From my experience and from all my teachers, it just gets easier with practice. The more that we practice doing that and just watching them go by, the easier it becomes until it's just second nature. I remember one of my teachers, he was giving satsang, and one of the students asked, so does your mind ever really become silent and just, and he said, I can only speak from my experience. He said, at this point, my mind is kind of like a little yapping dog in the background. It just goes yap, 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 yap. Every once in a while, I have to take and roll up a newspaper and give it a little bop on the nose. But for the most part, it can just sit there and it either yaps or it just sits quietly. So I always liked that when he said that. That just, I got the picture when he said it. So, yeah. Yes, Barbara.
I have a question. You said it could be used for lots of things, but I heard one time one of the teachers or someone say, well, don't use it for small things. But like I'm trying to make some choices about eating better food for me right now. And I know all food is, good, but I want to make better choices. Can I use it for that?
Yes. And so here, and let me say a little bit more about that. Yes,
Okay.
The answer for you is yes. Most
Okay.
definitely. When we use our body pendulum, there's a whole team of saints from heaven that comes. That's part of that body pendulum team.
Yeah.
So you don't want to bother them. So it's not like, oh, should I get the red glasses or the blue glasses? Really, heaven doesn't care. Heaven is happy if you get red glasses. Heaven is happy if you get blue glasses. No problem. But if you're dealing with something that's important to you, like you're saying, for what foods I eat because I'm really trying to get healthy, and there's a real need for me to focus on my foods, then yes, heaven, you can call on heaven to get that guidance. But if it's just I'm in the restaurant and, gee, the apple pie sounds nice and the cherry pie sounds nice, gee, should I have the apple or cherry pie? That's probably not something you want to ask your body pendulum.
Okay.
Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, if it's a question of, is this going to hurt my health because I know I have an allergy to apples, then that's a different story. So Master Sha always says, don't square your head. So we just give guidelines, but you have to use your wisdom to apply the guidelines in your life. If you find that you're asking heaven about every little thing, it's too much.
Yeah.
Master Sha, there's a story of one of the top teachers who, when they first received this, was going into the store and picking out incense, going, no, yes, no, yes. And Master Sha looked at it and said, hey, stop bothering heaven. So use your discretion, use your own inner wisdom. Just notice, do I lean to using my pendulum too much? Or do I lean towards using my pendulum not enough? Bring it into balance and harmony. Find the middle road. Okay?
Thank you. Very helpful.
Very welcome. So I think we're out of time. So it's been a delight to see all of you today. I love all of you very, very much. I give you my greatest love, and let me offer a blessing for increasing your service with your Tao hands and aligning them with that. Hey-yo, 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 hey-ya, hey-yo, hey-yo. Hey-yo, 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 hey-ya, hey-yo. Hey-ya, hey-yo, hey-ya, yo. Hey-yo, hey-yo, Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go out and love the world. Use your Tao hands to make other people healthier and happier, okay?
Thank you.
Love you all. See you
Love
next
you all.
week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you.